everyone, this is your reading for Thursday the 22nd of June. Thank you for joining me. It is an absolute pleasure to be with you today, and I'm using a deck which must have somehow been hiding because the Wheel of the Year Tarot is a tarot deck I've owned for a long time and I love it, but I haven't used it in ages, so I don't know where it's been all this time, but I'm glad I found it today. So let's have a look at what is coming up for you today. I'm going to choose 3 cards here to give you an insight into the day's energy and what we'll be working with. Okay. We've got the Queen of Swords upright. We have the Moon in reverse. And then we have the Four of Pentacles. Okay. So this is a really specific, clear message. This is a message about someone who has taken on a certain belief system. Okay, so the message via the cards is that someone watching this today really grew up without a lot of money, without a lot of security. And money and security to you has meant freedom. It has meant that you're able to make decisions and you're not at the mercy of other people telling you what to do. Now, the way you've gone about that is to create a facade for yourself and to create this extreme persona which is hard and which does not show weakness and which does not allow anyone in to your most inner self because you're afraid that people will see your fears. The fear of being destitute, the fear of being in poverty, the fear of not having enough. The belief here is that if people recognize that within you, that you have got this fear, then that they will take the rest. That's the thinking. That if the people in your life discover that this is your biggest fear, they won't support you. They will take the rest, and that's why you always have to be vigilant. You have to watch out that you're not being taken for a ride. Okay, so that's what then turns you into the Queen of Swords. The fear of losing, the fear of not having enough, the fear that if I trust and if I expose one of my fears to another person, that I will be betrayed and that person is going to use the information against me. We've all been there, we've all done that. Okay? So, the thing about this is that the Moon is in reverse. The Moon, when it's this way around, is about fear. And it's about moving forward despite fear. And it's about being able to handle the fear and not letting it control you. It's in reverse, okay? It's controlling you. It's bringing up, he's come back alive in your mind. The fear is alive. And these two come as a pair. They're married, these two. When he comes up, she is your response. I'm afraid that I'm going to go broke. I'm afraid that other people are going to see that I don't belong here, that I'm a fraud, that I've just faked it until I've made it. So, my response has to be to put on this persona, to put on this invincible, scary, formidable persona that is beyond reproach, that is beyond question, that other people would never question. They wouldn't dare because they're afraid. Okay? So on this day, that fear can come up again and you can become triggered, and that persona that you've developed to protect yourself can potentially reappear. Now the thing about human beings, about all of us, when we put on a facade like that or we put on a wall like that to protect ourselves because we have a fear, we put that wall up in that aspect of life. So in this case it's money and it's the fear of being found out, of being seen to be lacking. So the walls are going up in those areas, but the way this works, the way the universe works, unfortunately, is you can't pick and choose what parts of your life you put walls up in. So if you put the wall up in terms of your finances, the wall goes up everywhere. It goes up in your friendship, it goes up in your family life, it goes up in your connection with yourself, and you become less connected to yourself and to other people. That's why fear is so corrosive and so damaging, because it keeps us suspicious of others, and it keeps us isolated, and it keeps us afraid and alone. So the message today is not to let fear govern and rule you. And once you're triggered, and once the fears are exploding in your head, and you're like, okay, I've got to now put on this act to do damage control, to get things back to the way they should be. If you're thinking those thoughts, you've already lost the battle, okay? Because you will have been triggered. The fear will have come up. Basically, the best way to start this day, Thursday the 22nd of June, is in the morning to connect with spirit, to meditate, to connect with a power greater than yourself. If you do that through yoga or meditation or walking in nature, whatever it is, doesn't matter what the format is. What does matter is that you feel a sense of connection. So I would suggest that in the morning you connect, whatever the fear is in your life. So whether it is poverty, or whether it is being abused by another human being, or whether it is about being found out to be not good enough. We all have different fears. Identify your fear in the morning. In the meditation, hand that fear over to the universe, the creator, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels, whoever it is you work with, and you say, I want to give you this fear today. I hand you over this fear so that I don't have to work with it today. I don't want to be triggered by it, and I don't want to act in the way I usually act, which is to respond with this ultra formidable persona. I don't want to do that whole cycle today. So in the morning, hand over the fear and say, universe, I give you this fear. I have faith that things are going to work out the way they're supposed to work out. I let go of control. I hand this whole situation over to you completely. I don't hang on to any single part of it. I give this over to you for you to build with and for you to deal with. And that's how I'm going to go into my day. And when you do that, you are setting yourself up to break this pattern once. And once you've broken the pattern once, it'll be easy to break in future again and again and again. But this is a pattern that's been lifelong. So it's about breaking it the first time so that you can break it again and again in future. And today is a wonderful time it's a wonderful day and a wonderful opportunity for all of us to break one of these habits that we've all developed because of a fear. We've all developed some sort of faulty response because of fear. So all of us have the opportunity today to get rid of that once and for all. So let's all do a fear decluttering, and let's say, thank you, universe, thank you, God, for making us less fearful on this day and freeing us emotionally and physically and intellectually by reducing one of our fears. The Queen is a court card, so she's a 1. 1 and 4 is 5. And what's this? This is 15, 16, 17, 18. So we've got 18 and 5 is 23. And 2 and 3 is 5. And guess what? 5 is about freedom. So you can find freedom today. Freedom from fear. Freedom from behaving in ways that you don't like, but that you feel forced and compelled to behave because you're frightened. You can break that today once and for all. I'm so happy to be able to give you such an amazing forecast for one day of the year. This is a wonderful, powerful energy. I hope you have a wonderful Thursday. If you'd like a private reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading, and I can do a tarot reading for you. I can also do an astrology reading. I can do a combination of both. I usually use astrology, tarot, and not numerology in all my readings, unless someone explicitly says they don't want me to use one of those tools, because I like to get the whole picture and to see everything as much as I can. So I try and go as in-depth as possible. If you'd like a private reading with me, please order it on my website. It's gregoryscott.com. If you like these videos and you'd like to support me, then please click on the subscribe button, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.